Day 5. The brutal midday sun beats down on the mudflats. Thousands of flamingos remain steadfast, incubating their eggs despite the oppressive heat and shimmering.
Coated in salt dust, the flamingo egg glistens under the extreme heat as scorching winds sweep across the colony.
The parents share incubation duties. While one remains vigilant on the nest, the other feeds in the shallow, algae-rich waters, ensuring the cycle continues.
As night engulfs the salt lake, the temperature drops sharply. The adult flamingo stands.
Day 12 marks a critical stage. The embryo's heart, a tiny cluster of cells, begins to beat, illuminating its rapid growth within the protective shell.
The 15th day marks a critical stage. The embryo's heart beats steadily, pumping life through the spreading network of vessels.
Standing motionless for hours, the adult flamingo guards its single egg against the searing heat of the barren landscape.
The parent bird uses its specialized beak to gently turn the fragile egg, preventing the embryo from sticking to the shell.
And here, suspended in the fluid, the flamingo embryo makes its very first movement, a crucial milestone in its development.
A ferocious alkaline storm batters the colony. The adults hunker down, forming a living shield to
Day 20 arrives, and with it, the relentless sunset over the red waters. Here, amidst the mud nests, the struggle for survival continues.
Deep within the shell, the flamingo embryo is running out of space. Its eye opens for the very first time, preparing for the world outside.
The alkaline waterline recedes farther from the nesting colony, exposing larger dry salt plains and forcing adults.
Day 25. High above the toxic expanse of the salt lake, the flamingo stands vigil. The air is still, the silence heavy with anticipation.
On the 28th day, the stillness of the salt lake is broken. Inside this fragile shell, a new life begins its arduous struggle for survival.
Baking in the intense heat, the chick begins the arduous process of hatching. Every crack is a victory against the harsh elements. The flamingo chick pierces the shell for the first time. It takes its first breath of the hot, toxic air, its small body shaking with exhaustion.
Emerging into the harsh environment of the salt flats is a perilous journey. Weak and exhausted, the newborn chick takes its first critical breaths.
Day 34. The chicks are still fragile, their wet down offering little protection. They rely heavily on the adults standing.
The newborn chick struggles against the relentless alkaline wind. Dehydration is an immediate threat in this harsh landscape.
On day 38, the dawn reveals a fragile new life. Standing for the first time, the chick tests its spindly legs against the unforgiving terrain.
Day 40 marks a milestone. For the first time, the chick attempts to balance its fluffy body on those impossibly long legs.
Day 45. The young chicks instinctively gather into a massive creche, finding safety in numbers as the adults stand guard. The parent's unique call cuts through the noise, guiding the chick through the dense colony to a joyful reunion. "48 days into their journey, the brutal midday heat threatens to overwhelm the young flamingos. Their desperate panting is the only defense against the squall.
Finally, on day 52, the chick leaves the nest for the first time. It must now learn to navigate the endless shallows alongside the adults.
Day 55. The dry season tightens its grip on the salt pan. For the young flamingo, the journey to the retreating waterline is a desperate race against time.
As the landscape grows harsher and drier, the adult flamingos must lead the creche on a treacherous journey toward the remaining algae-rich pools.
For the flamingo chick, enduring the toxic salinity of the lake is a matter of survival.
Day 60. The relentless sun takes its toll. This chick, overcome by exhaustion, must find the strength to stand or be left behind forever.
As the hot winds whip across the salt plains, the parent flamingo provides vital shade for its weakened chick.
Adapting to this harsh chemical environment means enduring the constant buildup of salt crystals on their delicate skin and feathers.
As strength returns, the chick rises and moves with determination. Survival instincts sharpen, compelling it to follow.
Hundreds of chicks pack together at the edge of this shrinking pool, competing desperately for the cooler mud and water while the adults maintain a vigilant watch.
On day 63, the young chick begins the complex process of learning to feed. It mirrors the adult's movements precisely. Here we see the chick filtering tiny algae and microorganisms, honing the feeding behavior essential for its survival.
On day 66, the flamingo chick stands stronger, more stable. It takes its first steps toward the lake, preparing for the next deadly stage of survival.
The chicks feed instinctively, unaware that above them, a shadow of danger glides swiftly across the surface of the red lake.
The African fish eagle, a silent hunter, circles above the dense colony of flamingo chicks, its sharp eyes scanning for the weakest link. The African fish eagle dives towards the creche, instantly triggering panic across the colony.
On the searing salt flats, the predator strikes. The chick stumbles, but an explosion of dust provides a momentary reprieve in this desperate chase. In a sudden burst of power, the fish eagle lifts away with its prey, leaving the rest of the creche to regroup in terrified silence.
Breathing heavily, eyes wide with fear, the young flamingo chick feels its ancient survival instincts beginning to stir. As darkness falls over the salt pans, the black-backed jackal begins its stealthy approach toward the vulnerable flamingo creche. Day 76. The young flamingo knows instinctually that to stop is to die.
The jackal, relentless, closes in through the caustic shallows.
A coordinated defense. The adult flamingos create a wall of pink feathers, aggressively striking and hissing, until the jackal,
Trembling subsides as the young survivor finds its feet. Taller and visibly more coordinated, the chick moves faster now, driven by instinct.
The scars remain a testament to the harsh lessons learned. On day 82, survival is not just a hope.
On day 85, the morning light reveals significant change. The juvenile stands tall among the others, its pale gray In an incredible feat of underwater engineering, the flamingo's beak filters the mineral-rich current, capturing the microscopic life within.
Slowly, the vibrant carotenoids begin to take hold, washing the juvenile's gray feathers in the distinctive pink hue of the adult.
Day 89 marks a milestone. The juvenile stretches its growing wings for the first time, revealing the larger feather structures and stronger flight muscles beneath.
Running together, these juveniles build the strength needed for survival. The splashing helps them hone their coordination.
The legs, now stronger and longer, support the flamingo's full weight, gripping the unstable salt crust with far greater balance.
Day 93. For the juvenile, every meal is a battle. It must push its way into the feeding line, challenging the established hierarchy or face starvation.
As the sun sets, the flamingo colony settles down. The juvenile birds undergo a remarkable.
The juvenile flamingo performs repeated wing flapping exercises, building strength as the evening wind pushes against its body.
The young flamingos begin their instinctive flight training, running together across the water's surface until the synchronized motion carries them into the air.
The salt flats stretch endlessly before him. Day 98 marks a turning point, as the soft light of dawn reveals.
As dawn breaks on day 100, the now fully grown juvenile stands elegant among the adults, its transformation nearly complete.
In a spectacular display, the flamingo colony performs synchronized courtship movements.
Day 103. The flock accelerates across the salt lake. It's a critical moment for the juveniles, who must.
In its first attempt, the juvenile struggles to gain altitude. The wings beat hard, but balance is lost, and it drops back into the sea.
Days later, the flamingo colony gathers again at sunrise, thousands of adult flamingos moving in perfect rhythm as migration instincts rise.
With newfound strength, the juvenile flamingo beats its wings, finally lifting off the water to join the flock. And so, on day 108, the juvenile flamingo lifts cleanly into the air for the first time, answering the call of the flock above the glowing salt lake.
As the sun dips below the horizon, the massive flock disappears, leaving the toxic birthplace behind forever.
Against the vast, indifferent landscape of the salt lake, the flock moves as one. Among them, the young survivor finds its place.